Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to the Abomination Goddess podcast. We are happy to have you with us. With me, as always, is Casie Halseth. She is the author of the Abomination Born series. It is a fictional portrayal of her real life experience in the mystical realms. Her action-packed books are full of lessons, insights, and calls for other abomination folks around the world to start connecting, which is what we like to do in our podcast each week. She is an award-winning public speaker, and I think that you'll find by watching this podcast and reading her books that she just effortlessly draws her audience into her world, both in her books and on her stage. So, welcome, Casie. So good to see you.
Thank you.
And I am Ashley Kim. I am the author of Villain Era Goddess. It is a book that I wrote to help women on their journey to set boundaries, build confidence, and to heal themselves. It is a very honest and open look at what I went through and the tools that I used to survive my villain era. I went through my journey alone, and I wrote this book so that you wouldn't have to go it alone. I will be right beside you on the roller coaster, screaming my head off. So, yay! Welcome, everybody. All right, my favorite part of the week. Okay, so the first thing that we get into is show and tell, where we just show what it is we're loving right now. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here, and we will get started. All right, can you see that?
Yep, yep,
Okay.
there it is.
Do you want to go first?
Yes, I can go first.
Okay, we have all kinds of photos.
Let's see. Well, I wanted to talk about, well, we were talking last week about scary stories.
Mhm.
And so Ashley and I kind of experienced kind of scary stories this weekend. And why don't you
Yes.
go to the pictures of us?
Huh? This one?
Sure. Yep, that. There we are.
Yay, here we are.
We we were at a writers um, gathering for the Fiction Lab in Kansas City this past weekend in
Mhm.
this beautiful home. I could go to some of the other
Gorgeous.
pictures of us.
Yeah, let's see. Oh, here, hold on. I can show one interior shot to show
Oh, there
people.
you go. Yeah, there you
Yeah,
go.
so this shows the staircase, which is just amazing, and the chandeliers, and you can see the chandelier in the dining room in this photo, and you can see the
Yes.
fireplace. Like this is just the entryway. This place was just a gorgeous home. Okay, sorry.
No, no. Yeah. Do you have any other ones at the house?
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't put them on here, but I
Okay.
do
Well,
have,
there's one of Al,
yep,
and
here's
there's
Al.
yeah.
Oop. So this
There's
is
my husband.
Casey's husband on the kind of side patio of this
Uh-huh.
beautiful home, waving at us.
Yeah.
Then there is a photo of the
There it is.
front
Yes.
of the house. Look at this place, everybody. It is, for those listening who can't watch, it is I would say three-story stone building with a big stone archway in the front with symbols on each side and a special guest that you might not see in this photo, but we can bring him up in another photo.
Oh, good. You have him. I wasn't sure if I put him. Did you put that on?
I think we both sent
Yeah.
them to each other today.
Yes.
So, yes, we have a gargoyle, and I will show a bigger picture, but he was sitting right at the top of that stone archway, which I will show the archway again so you can kind of see where he is. But he's just right in the middle of the stone archway, just keeping an eye on the house. And let me go to a bigger picture of him. How
There
cool
he
is
is.
he?
Yes.
He is gorgeous. So
Now
yeah, this is
I looked it up this morning, and he's actually not a gargoyle. He's what's called a grotesque. And a gargoyle will have the water spout in their mouth. And so the water comes down off the roof, and all the negative energy and everything goes through the mouth. And so that it protects the house from leakage, and it's also protecting from anything bad. And a grotesque is an animal that looks scary enough to scare away anything that's bad.
yeah. Yes. He is scary looking and beautiful at the same time.
Yes, yes. Look at that, he's even got a tail.
Yes. Yeah, I just, oh my gosh, he's one of the coolest things I've seen in a while.
Yes.
And the craftsmanship around this. I mean, look at the wings and you can see his muscles. Like, look at his
Yes.
snout. Yeah, he is just
What
beautiful.
kind of animal do you think that is? Part lizard or something? And
I don't know. I feel like it's a few, because I feel like,
yeah,
I don't know. I want to say like almost like a hound dragon mix of a snout. And
yes,
then, yeah,
yes.
kind of lizardy. Um,
Gorilla-y because of so
yeah,
big.
yep. Like, yeah, yep, gorilla. Yeah. I just think so many things. The wings could be dragon or bat. I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah,
just
yeah. But this is a
whoever made this.
grotesque,
Yeah, grotesque. Okay.
which I honestly didn't know. I knew there was another name, but I if I knew it was grotesque, I'd forgotten.
Yeah, yep. And after you said it, I have heard that before, but I never put any of that together at all. Yeah, he is gorgeous. Do you want to tell your story with him while we have him up, or do you want to tell that later?
Well, let's go to the picture of the house, yeah, down there where the picture of the house is, because
This
I
one?
want to start. Yeah,
Okay.
uh, we were sitting. This was before Ashley got there. I was sitting underneath that first window right there. Yeah, I was
Sure.
sitting right there in the chair on the right, actually. And one of the other girls from the writer the fiction club was sitting on the fiction club fiction. What would
Fiction
she
Lab
call it? Fiction lab was sitting over there, and Al was on the sitting on the wall,
right here.
and there were
Oh,
other people all around on the by the other window. And all of a sudden, we're just talking about anything, but all of a sudden, this wind whipped up out of nowhere, and it came off the street, and it came toward the house. It went up against the house, and then it came smashing back down again. And it was this intense beam that came right between our two chairs there, and it knocked my water bottle over. And everybody, it sounded like maybe even a basketball had landed there, but there was nothing there. And the first thing I thought was a gargoyle, but I hadn't seen the gargoyle on the top of the house because it's kind of small compared to the house. And then later, when I saw the gargoyle sitting up there, the grotesque, I realized, oh yeah, we were being protected. That was
yeah.
something. But there was this like it was on my right hand side, and I when I looked when it was coming down, it looked like a straw about that wide, about 6 to 8 inches round, and it just came down really hard, really, really fast. It was
Hmm.
so powerful. Everybody just looked, what was that?
Oh, I
And
love this.
I felt like our house was being protected there. And
Hmm.
you know, the patio was an iffy spot. Was it protected enough? It was being tested.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, that is, oh, I love that story. That is so cool. And just the fact that everybody heard it, everyone got
Yeah,
to witness that.
yeah,
Um, yep. Good job. Good job, Grotesque. Thank you. I wish we knew what his name was.
yeah.
Yep. Oh, I love that. Ooh. So yeah, what a nice way to be welcomed and he let you know he's got things under control.
Yes, yes.
Let's
Then you
see
want to go
here.
on to the picture of the shadow things.
This one?
Yeah.
Yep.
Again, we were talking. This is that season where we can talk maybe a little bit about spooky things or whatever.
Yes.
And one of the things that comes up is see, this is a picture I found on Google, and it's pretty good. Those hands. I have
Yeah.
seen these kind of beings my entire life, and those
Really?
hand. Oh yeah, those hands will come out, except instead of they've got these big teeth. Mine don't have the big teeth. They've got the eyes, but they have um, ears that point up,
Mhm.
and they could be mistaken for horns that point up. I'm not sure if they're ears or horns, but they point up,
Mhm.
two of them.
Yeah.
And that's what I've seen my entire life. And one of the things, I have a twin sister who's a fantastic artist. And ever since we were little, she would be drawing something. And I would try to draw something too. But every time I would draw something, just about every time I would try to draw something, one of these beings would be in my picture.
Really?
If I was drawing a house with a tree or something, simple little thing, I'm just a little girl drawing things, there would be this creature and the fingers and the pointy horn things,
Hmm.
and I'd shade it in, and then I realized what I'd just drawn, and then I'd scratch the whole thing out and I can't draw. And so later I would try to draw something, and every single time, even in junior high, when I would, that age, whenever I would draw anything, one of these
Hmm.
things would show up. And then when I was older and I'm living on my own, I thought, well, Carol draws all the time. Maybe I could draw too. And so I sit down and I draw something, and sure enough, one of these guys would be in my picture. And it's like, they just, they want to be seen. They
Yes, they
want to
do.
be seen.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
I've
wow.
never drawn, but I do write about them. I mean,
Hmm.
they're the main focus of quite a bit of my writing, is the people of the pit and how
Hmm.
they suck the life out of everything. And
Hmm.
the
Yeah.
first time I saw a movie that kind of had an idea of it was that movie Ghost with oh, what's her name? Um,
Oh, with like Whoopi Goldberg, that older
Whoopi
one?
Goldberg, yes. And in that
Hmm.
season, in that show, there's this one scene where these ghosts come after the bad guy, and
Hmm.
their hands come for him. That's the first time I saw on TV where they had depicted it really
Yeah.
accurately.
Wow.
I
Yeah.
thought,
I need
oh,
to go
they
back and
got
watch
that
that.
right. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, there's
Wow.
some boyfriend or something that gets taken off by them.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and so you had said that these beings are the same ones in the pit. Is
Yes,
that what you had said?
yes,
Wow. Okay.
yes.
And they like how do they get out? I guess how do we get to see them? Like why do we why are they here?
Oh, they're still hungry. They want our life
Mm,
force. They're
okay.
after our energy, our life force, and that they feed
Okay.
off that. And
Yeah.
so whenever we're in a position where we have either cut off our life force connection, or we're not careful about it, and we let our emotions, like our
Hmm.
fears, or if we're just choosing not to feel anything also, then they will
Yep.
come in and they start feeding.
Yeah.
People who use a lot of drugs, when I was above um, the Phoenix drug dens and stuff, I would see these kind of creatures.
Hmm.
Um, and yeah,
Yep.
they feed off us.
Yeah, definitely. I know my sister has seen them. I'm pretty sure that's what I saw over the weekend that I was telling you about. That was hopping from
Oh, we'll have to
spot
get
to
into
spot.
that.
Yes. Yeah. Do we want to look at the screenshots of that explain these guys before we get into it, or do we want to
Oh,
get
sure,
into
sure.
okay, let me pull those up. Um, Here we go. Shadow being.
Yeah. So shadow beings, or shadow people, are described as dark humanoid silhouettes that are seen as paranormal entities or psychological phenomena. The paranormal they believe they are considered spirits, demons, or interdimensional beings, while scientific explanations suggest they are a result of sleep paralysis, hallucinations from sleep deprivation, or pattern recognition in the brain. And I suppose for some people it is. For me, they're just uh, I can't say they're friends, but I wouldn't say that they weren't friends. They're just acquaintances. Let's say that.
Yeah, they're just also living here.
Yes, yes. These figures are often described as blacker than black and featureless, sometimes with glowing red eyes, and are often reported to move quickly and disappear into walls or mirrors. And that is
Oh,
really
wow.
true. Yeah,
Really?
that
Oh,
is
I never thought
that
about
is really
that.
true.
Yeah.
But not to be afraid of everything with glowing red eyes. Not everything with glowing red eyes is bad.
Hmm.
And their eyes can be yellow and they can be white. They can have no eyes, be featureless. So, um,
Yeah.
and if they are kind of on the lighter side and not blacker than black, then that means that they've already been feeding and they've been to an area where there's a whole lot of people that they've been feeding off of, and they become lighter. And when they become really light in color, or they just look like a wisp of a shadow. Then you know they're
Mm.
full, they're happy, they've fed.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay. That's good to know.
Mhm. Okay, so
Um,
let's go to this next page. Spirit entities. They are thought to be a type of spirit, demon, or other entities from another dimension. And, and that might be,
mhm.
that might be. They're in our dimension. They're with us, but
Right.
whether or not
Right.
they're from that, um, yeah.
Yeah.
Demonic influences, as some believe they are demonic beings that feed on fear. And
Mm.
yeah, they'll feed on anything they can get. They're
Oh,
omnivores. You
yeah.
know,
Yeah.
they'll,
Yeah.
they'll
They're
take
not going to be
whatever
too
they can.
picky.
No, yeah, they'll take whatever they can get.
Yeah.
They're often described as featureless, human-shaped figures, sometimes with specific characteristics. And for me, the specific characteristic are those hands. They look
Yeah.
like tree branch hands,
Yeah.
coming at you.
Yeah.
And their feet are like that as well. And they're very,
Okay.
very thin.
Yep.
Um, and that's
Interesting. Yep. Okay. Okay. Was that it for this one?
yeah,
All right.
yeah, that's
Okay.
enough for this one. It goes
Yeah.
into other things. Yeah.
Yeah. So one of my interesting stories from the weekend, I'll show this picture again, but
Yeah.
there was one morning I was sitting out about where this red chair is, and I was outside before everyone else, and I went because I like to get up early and have coffee outside because I like to hear the birds getting started for the day and all of that. And so I sat down, and the first thing I thought was it's weird that there's absolutely no animal movement at all. Usually, you at least hear the birds start to wake up, but I did not hear any birds waking up. And so then I was looking down, and then I noticed across the street something basically jumped from an alley to hide behind this cement. I don't know what it would be called, but not really a statue, but it was part of the driveway. And so to hide behind that, and so my first thought was, oh, I'm just seeing things. And so then I looked back down, and then it jumped from that to across the street to the tree that was right in front of this the little walkway. So it was on the other side of the sidewalk against the street, but it was on my side of the street and sitting there. And then I was like, oh, okay, it is something. And it
Not
looks
good.
like those, yeah, it looked like those shadow people. And yeah, I sat there and I thought, well, the house is protected, so am I okay? And then, and I don't know who was talking to me. I said it was the grotesque, but I don't know who it was. But either way, they said, well, before that, I had the feeling of vampire, but not vampire, like I'm here to suck your blood, but more of like suck my energy out kind of a thing. And
Yes,
so I was
you're
like,
light.
and so yep, that's when I got to thinking maybe I should think about my situation and if I should be sitting out here. And so then a message did come in of you can sit right here where you're at and see what the interaction is, or you can go inside if you don't want it to approach you at all. Like if you don't want to mess with this, get your butt inside kind of a thing. But you can, mess around and find out if you want if you stay out here. And so I decided to go inside. And so I went inside and finished my coffee in there. But yeah, so as soon as I got to see Casie, I told her my story. But yeah, it was just like one of those shadow people. I didn't see eyes or anything else, but it was also so fast that I didn't have time to study it or anything like that. But yeah, that was my shadow person experience. But yeah, my the first instinct was that it was there for energy for sure.
Yeah. And it was coming from that side of the road.
Hmm.
And now this was in a very nice neighborhood. This house was in a very nice neighborhood, but in a lot of cities, um, sometimes the really nice neighborhood just go a few blocks over.
Yep.
And when you go across the street and go down about 3, 4 blocks, it was really bad. Al and I, when we were driving through there, we saw that it was people strung out on drugs and laying
Hmm.
kind of naked in the streets, and just it was
Yeah.
I've not seen that in person before, and
Yeah. Yeah.
it was bad. And um the whole time, I don't like to look at those kind of things, people in that position, because that's when I'll see those shadow people, because I know
Hmm.
what's happening to them. They're being fed on,
Yeah.
and they've given up their life force, and they let these beings just feed off of them. And so it's a haven for those kind of beings. And that's what, I think, um, maybe those beings don't want those people to get their lives back in order again, because then they'll lose their source of food. And
Yeah.
so maybe they're trying to convince those people to always stay in this drugged
Hmm.
situation, so that there will always be a supply of steady
Yeah.
food for them.
Very easy, steady food too. Yeah.
Yes, yes,
Yeah. I agree
yes,
with that. Yeah. I totally agree with that. And yeah, I agree. The direction that the shadow person came from was from that bad part of town, which literally was 2 blocks away.
yeah,
Well, about 2 blocks away, but I mean, it's almost like a line in the road, and one side is the bad part of town, the other side are these beautiful homes.
yes.
So
And
yeah.
everyone's nice neighborhood, everything.
Hmm.
See the
Yeah.
symbols on the sides of the archway there?
Yes.
Those kind of looks like a cross, a
Yep.
cross with a circle. And I've been looking that up in my books on symbols, and the closest I have come is the sun sign, the Nordic sun sign. And it is a
Really?
protection symbol. It's a ward. And it's a very well, if it is what I've been finding, it's a ward. Okay, so and also see the square around it. So that means in all directions.
Yep.
So that it would mean in all directions, and then got the cross above, below, and within.
Hmm.
It's pointing toward the within in the center there, with the little square on the center too, and then
Hmm.
all the way around that represents the sun. And so we're talking about the light. It's a symbol, if what I've been finding is correct, for this. I haven't found this exact, but similar, very similar.
Hmm.
It comes
Yeah.
back to a Nordic symbol, award, for protection.
Nice. Yeah. That makes sense.
And I believe the symbol above the very center up there, I
Yep.
believe that's the tree of life. But I
Oh,
haven't,
really?
yeah, I haven't researched that enough yet, but I believe that's
Yeah.
the tree of life.
Oh, interesting.
Hmm.
Another good symbol to have on there.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep. Oh, that is
And
so
then
fun.
it's protected by the two lions on the,
Yep. There's the lions down here.
yeah, yeah.
Yep. Yeah. This house was just amazing. The other thing I love about this photo is you can see our coffee cups in here of when we started exploring.
That's where I had my water bottle when
Oh,
the
up
whoosh
here.
came
Yeah.
down. And that's exactly
Yeah.
where the whoosh came down. It just knocked my water bottle over.
Yeah.
It
So
took a
was, I
lot to
guess,
blow that bottle over too.
yeah, definitely. Yeah. Oh, this was a fun weekend. I'm so glad that we got to, Casie and I got to hang out in person, and then we got to hang out with everyone else that we get to see all the time online. So it was nice to just get to see everybody in person. But yeah, I was very happy that I got to see Casie. And here's our Her husband Al took some photos of us. So here's
Yeah.
beautiful Casie. I like
I
this
look
photo
so
of you.
much like my sister. I see that picture and I think, oh, that's Carol.
You're both gorgeous. And then he got me as
Isn't
well.
that a pretty picture?
Thank you. Yes, me post hot flash.
Yeah, we're all bundled up.
Yep, not me. I had to strip down.
I've been
Oh
there. I've been
goodness.
there for
Yep.
sure. I
Yes.
dress in layers.
Okay, the one thing I wanted to show. Okay, so
That was all I had.
um oh yeah, sorry. I just as I cut you off. I wanted to show this book. It's a fictional book, but okay, so after seeing the grotesque, which, I was calling a gargoyle, I am just fascinated. My husband and I have both been on Etsy seeing how much it would cost to have somebody make a gargoyle, which now I'm going to have him start Googling grotesque because I would rather have that than the spout. Um, but this book is by K.F. Breen. She has a lot of books, but this one, it's a lady who's middle-aged and she gets divorced and she moves to this small town where I think maybe her aunt left her a house or something like that. But part of it, they have gargoyles in the story, and it reminded me of the story. So this story I thought was just hilarious. So it has good fight scenes, it has everything, mystery, but the characters are just the funniest characters, and there are a few gargoyles in there. But anyway, so I had to bring this book up because if anyone else is interested in gargoyles and just kind of, somebody writing them into a book, then I would recommend this book. I really enjoyed it. I think I've read six of the books in the series, and every single one I just chuckle, like literally chuckle out loud while I'm reading them.
I've not read
So
her
I had to share this
books.
one. I love books like
Excellent.
this. Yeah. Um, and then the other thing I wanted to show, let me see which picture I want to show. Oh, okay, well, same picture. Casie had given us some crystals that she had gotten herself in Arkansas. And so I just wanted to show this one. This one it has iron in it. Is that correct, Casie?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And so part of the things that I've been doing to grow my intuition, I've been having a harder time with the tarot cards and things like that. So I thought I'm just going to, instead of get frustrated with that, I'm going to start talking to the stones more. And so this morning I got this one out and meditated with it. And I just wanted to read what came through because it kind of cracks me up. And I think you'll like this, Casie. So, um, in order, it came through as hum, use your voice as a carrier. And then it said, I want to be cherished and spoken to more because I miss Casie.
Oh, oh.
And so I apologized to it because I did put it up on the shelf. I showed everyone how beautiful it was, and I put it up on a shelf by some plants. It, I guess, did not like that. So I had gotten it down off the shelf to do my meditation, and it basically was like, don't put me back up there again. So now it will be beside me, and so he or she is with some friends right now, so that she's not all by herself. But it was just so funny, like literally it was loud and clear of I miss like the energy of Casie, and so like, okay, I will give you some Casie. I will love on you more and talk to you more.
Yeah, we've had them since the ones I gave away we got in 1987, so we've had them for a very long time.
Yeah.
And uh, they volunteered though. They volunteered.
Yep. Yeah, and that was the because I was like, "Do you need to go back?" And it was like, "No, just treat me better." So I will. But yeah, so I've been listening to them more, and yeah, I think that might be easier for me right now. I'll get back into tarot again, but it has been easier for me to work with the stones that way. So,
And stones they do talk in an intuitive kind of way, in a knowing kind of way, because the stones, that's their thing, is they know everything, so they're pure intuition. they, if you want to know something, ask a stone.
Mhm.
They really
Yeah.
truly do know everything. They remember
Yes.
everything.
They do, yeah. And I've been really enjoying just meditating with them and listening to them. And I just write down whatever. It doesn't always make sense, like sometimes it's a month before it even makes sense to me of what I wrote down. And so I've been going back through, like I'll journal, but then I'll go back through and read some of the past stuff that I've written down in the past. And I mark which stone it is and all of that so that I can remember. But it is so like just fascinating to watch because it makes sense later. I am basically drawing a picture a tiny bit at a time. And so then when I go back and look at everything together, it's like this is a huge picture. Um yeah, and it's also just another reminder to me of as I learn to listen to my intuition, I have almost like these set expectations of what it means to be intuitive or what it means to hear an intuitive message or anything like that. And I am proven wrong every single time on what it really is. And so it's been good for me because it takes me out of that kind of control freak place and makes me have it forces me to be open and receptive and to not try to control the situation, which I love to do. So yeah, it has been a lot of fun. I recommend this to anyone and anybody can do it. The only and I'm sure you would have more tips to this, Casie, but I would say my biggest tips to anybody who wants to hold a stone and listen to it is to try to do it in that meditative state. So what I pictured is what Casie taught me of instead of one to one with the stone, I went through the light and then back down to the stone
Oh,
to get the
yes.
message that way. And then I started journaling. And before that, it was just messy. Anyway, it was like my brain was buzzing. So I don't think I was supposed to try the, one to one connection. But then the other thing is, don't take yourself seriously. Write down whatever it is, just write it down, whatever comes to you, and later you'll get the message or the picture. So I don't know. What would you add to that? Because I probably oversimplified everything.
No, yeah, you did great. With that, with the first step, what I always do is get myself into that joy. I call it the joy, but it's in that light thing first. No matter what I do, it always starts with that. And um, it's not that I'm calling in God or anything like that. I'm not saying that. When I'm in that light, that means that I'm connected to the web. I'm connected to the everything or
Hmm.
to the all.
Yeah.
That's what I mean when I say and it's like I'm inside this uh ginormous straw, which is a tendril or a thread of the web. I'm inside of it. Once I'm inside of it, and I'll know I'm inside of it because my entire body will feel like I'm in it. And once I'm inside of it, I can do anything. You get that.
Yes.
And the whole body participates, not just my mind or my visual, the whole thing.
Hmm.
And some
Yeah.
some people can stay in that position, can stay in the center of that thread, right in the center of the thread all the time. And I slip in and out all the time. Yeah, I,
Yeah.
I slip in and out. But
Yeah. Oh, I like that. That's helpful to hear you say it that way. And I'm going to try that visualization too. So at night when I don't know why I didn't put it together, but at night I do that web visualization. And I have not done that while I'm meditating with the stone, so I am going to put those together. But it is so helpful, and it comes to me naturally now, like once I rest my mind, so I'm done reading, doing crossword puzzles, whatever. Once I rest my mind, it's almost like I kind of rest into it.
mhm.
Um, Inadvertently, I would say, because I caught myself doing that even over the weekend. And it was actually kind of cool because I I didn't even realize I was doing it until I spotted you and Al on it. It was like I was laying in a web and then it was like this huge ball of bright energy and I knew right away that was you and Al. Like it was just really interesting. And I was like, "Oh, and it's just cool." And I like because I like to sink into it anyway because I can kind of check up on my family, which I don't know if I should be doing that, but I do kind of just check on
Why
everyone.
not? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and it's neat because I know where they are anywhere in the world. And I've always been able to do that, but I never did it while picturing a web, which makes it so much easier.
It's so much
So
easier, isn't it? Yes.
yes, so much easier. But yeah, when I did it, I don't even know what night it was. Yeah, I like found you and Al just right away, just glowing up a storm over there.
And when you've seen a real web, a real spider web, and you see the spider has something like a fly has been captured on the web, and the cocoon kind of thing is made over it.
Yep.
Well, if I'm going to do some serious work, serious out of the body kind of stuff, and I'm laying down. I usually like to lay down because my body can get tired. I don't sit up, to do things. Anyway, so if I'm laying down, I'm imagining I'm laying on this web. I'm this little
Yeah.
critter caught in this web, and then I wait until I get cocooned in good. I wait,
Uh-huh.
I wait till I'm really in there good and I'm totally protected.
Yep.
And then I shoot off to wherever. Well, it's not like I have to leave to go there. All I have to do is think of where I need to go, and there I am. But I'm
Hmm.
still here, but then I'm also on the other place in the web.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I love that.
It's like it goes faster than the speed of light. I'm at the
Hmm.
other place. It's almost like a simultaneous thing.
Yeah.
And I used to do it where I would go to several different places at one time and watch several different places at one time. And because the web will let you do that, it's just a matter of
Yeah.
holding your consciousness to hold on to it.
Hmm. That is interesting. Okay. Yeah, I need to practice it more. When I first started doing it, I already pictured myself cocooned, if that makes sense. And
Hmm.
then it was almost like that's how I found my family too, is they were cocooned. So that's what I was picturing. But that was really interesting for me and I didn't even mean to do it. I just like sank into it. I was there and then you and Al were over there, but you guys weren't cocooned. Like you're just like, I don't know how to describe it, just there. So that's how it was in my brain anyway, like
Hmm.
how I saw it. So yeah, I need to play with that more. But I like the that visualization of being fully cocooned before trying anything. Like I like that. And then I like the visualization of being inside like the silk thread as well,
Yes,
to
yes.
protect myself. So
When we had
yeah.
Shiitake Mama on, remember talking with Shiitake
Yeah.
Mama, this wonderful lady? When I first saw her, I saw that cocoon around her. I mean, the whole time
Really?
she's talking, everywhere she's walking, she's just totally in that cocoon.
In that
She
cocoon.
is,
Oh
she
wow.
is totally, she's just surrounded by it.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
she's engulfed in the light all the time, or,
Hmm.
connection. She is
Yeah.
connected.
Yeah. Yeah. And you can just kind of tell just meeting her. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, she just popped up on Facebook for me. Anyone watching, she has an event coming up in Kansas, so go find her on Facebook.
That's what I love
Yeah,
about going to all these metaphysical events. I've met so many people and I can see things, so um,
yeah,
I know they're
yeah.
wonderful people.
Yes, yeah. I was just telling one of my friends, she was like, "Oh, I just started listening to your podcast." I'm like, "Well, Casey's the talent because all of our wonderful guests are from her. Like all the knowledge are from her and the guests that she finds. Like she's the talent, the star of the show." And I'm just grateful to have you on here with me. I just love it. This literally is my favorite part of the week. It's just so fun for me.
Yeah, and I really hope that we can help people understand things better. It's
Yeah,
really not that complicated. Uh,
right. Yeah. And I think a big lesson as I speak to other people is to not judge yourself while you're learning any of this, because as soon as you do, you shut down everything. And
mhm.
then, it's almost like a fear. And if you have that, then, I mean, you can get beat on the side of the face with a message. You're not going to hear it because you're so scared of either
Mhm.
judging yourself or other people judging you. And I think
Mhm.
that's why I like our podcast too, is this is one place where I just get to let loose and say what I really want to say or ask the questions I really want to ask and not have to worry
Yeah,
about anything.
and like we don't have to be afraid of things like me. Ever since I was tiny, I've been surrounded by these shadow people. you
Yeah,
know they've got to they want to be known, they want to be seen, and
exactly.
they're looking all the time for something to take. um,
Hmm.
but we don't have to
Yep.
fear them. We just need to be, this is where our stubbornness comes in, which
Yes.
is good. So if you have a stubborn nature, use your stubbornness to be stubborn toward staying in that good place, where you're
Hmm.
connected.
Yep.
And
Yeah. Yeah. And you're not a victim of everything. You can
right,
control that. And yeah. And I think that's
right,
a huge thing
right.
for people to know.
Yeah. And every once in a while in our lives we let down our shields and we become victims, and we become a mess and we fall apart. And
Hmm.
that's part of life. And then
Yep.
they say, oh yeah, I tried that, did that. I don't want to do that anymore. That's
Yep. Exactly. Yeah. I don't like
yeah,
feeling this way anymore. So
yeah. It wasn't worth it.
exactly. Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's just part of being human.
Yep,
And I think that's what people can, I don't know, maybe take comfort in is that while you're learning and growing, it's still a roller coaster, that never goes away. So just because you're on the down part of the roller coaster doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. It just means, get prepped to go back up and
yep. You're ready to go up another level is what happens. Truly, that's what it
yeah,
means. As soon as
yeah,
as soon as something happens that is not very good, that means you're ready to go up another level. It's time. You
yes.
you finished this level. Let's try it. You're ready now. You've
Mhm.
graduated to the next level. Some people used to say years ago.
Yep. Yep. Leveled up. Time to move on. Yeah, I love
Mhm.
that. And I tell my daughter all the time, you have to pay attention because your lessons will come at you small. And the more you ignore them, the more public the lessons will become.
Yes.
And so, like, pay attention to
Yeah.
your messages,
Yeah.
because eventually it will be so big and loud that you can't ignore it because it's embarrassing and you
Yeah.
got to change.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you for that. Let's not do that
Yes. Okay,
again.
fine.
I'll
Fine.
I'll
I'll
pay
change what I'm
attention next
doing.
time.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. And you can kind of see where people are in their spiral up, right?
Yes.
On how they're working through it and what they're doing. And it's really interesting. I don't always see it for myself, but I do see it in others. I'm like, oh, they're getting ready to have their big public shaming because they've been ignoring all these things in front of them. And you see the blocks, and then you see the public shaming coming, and then they're like, oh, I get it. And it's tough to watch. I've been through it,
Yep.
so I'm
Yeah.
just part of it. But yeah. Okay. Lessons for today. The shadow people are out there.
Yeah.
You don't have to fear them. You can protect yourself from them, right?
Yeah. Just don't listen to them, because they're like sirens. They draw you in with pity. Oh, feel sorry for me. Then they
Yeah.
start to suck your energy. It's like, nope, use
Yep.
your stubbornness.
Yep.
Nope. Get
Nope.
that
Yeah,
get that
literally. Yeah.
Hungarian or Nordic, become a Tilla.
Yeah, do it. Yep. And I tell my kids, you can always yell no. You can scream no.
No,
Get
yeah,
away.
exactly. Get your
Yeah.
boundaries.
And it will do it. Yeah. And they do that. And then practice your web work. Practice, meditating with the web and just see what comes up for you and how you do it. And
Yeah.
yeah.
I think of it sometimes like I'm on a trampoline, if I'm laying down and meditating, how a trampoline can kind of move. And so the web can kind of move, it has a pulse to it, sort of. So I imagine
Yeah.
myself being lulled on this kind of trampoline kind of web. And rather than thinking of it coming down through my head this way, and I'm standing up, I'm laying down and it's coming, I'm in it as this
Mhm.
thing is going up and down.
Oh, I love that. Oh, I love sinking into the pulse. Okay, I want to try that too. That's on my list now. Yep. Okay, that is perfect. Yay. That's awesome. And yeah, I think that was what we covered today. So
That was it.
yeah, awesome. Yay. All right, Casey, it was so good to see you, and it was very good to see you in person over the weekend and to get to hug you and hug Al too. So I'm so
It
happy
was a
that we got to
great
see each other.
time. We really had a good time.
We did. Yeah, it was wonderful. So, yay. All right. I hope everybody has a wonderful week, and we will see you next Wednesday.
Bye.
Bye.